Welcome, listeners, to Snippets of Knowledge. In this episode, we're diving into the key concepts of The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss, a book that has revolutionized the way we think about work and lifestyle design. Can you imagine a life where your work week is only 4 hours? Well, stick around because today we're unpacking how Ferriss proposes turning this dream into a reality. Get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about the 9-to-5 grind, because it's time to reshape our lives for a world where the work-life balance is tipped heavily in favor of life. Let's get started. So what is this new rich that Ferriss talks about? Let me tell you, it's a mindset that flips the script on the old definition of wealth. It's not just about having a bursting bank account or a garage full of glossy cars. Oh no, the new rich are the savvy individuals who write their own rules. They prioritize having incredible experiences over collecting stuff. Imagine, instead of waiting until you're 65 to enjoy life, you integrate those moments right now, on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, whenever you want. Ferriss suggests it's about using your resources, time, and money to create a life that's rich with learning, adventure, and freedom. Now, how do you join the ranks of the new rich? By designing your lifestyle around what makes you happiest and most fulfilled. And no, it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's about embracing the notion that life is not just about the climb, but the views and experiences along the way. Do you dream of learning tango in Argentina, exploring ancient ruins in Rome, or maybe just having the freedom to see your kid's soccer game on a Thursday afternoon? Then, my friend, you have the makings of someone aspiring to be new rich, focusing on life's rich experiences rather than possessions. And the secret sauce to getting there is what Ferriss calls lifestyle design. It's a proactive approach to living where you call the shots. You're the architect of your own world, choosing where to invest your time and energy for the maximum joy and satisfaction. Welcome to the life of the new rich, where experiences trump possessions and freedom is the real currency. Tim Ferriss really turns the idea of retirement on its head, doesn't he? Instead of working incessantly for decades, scrimping and saving for some elusive future of leisure, he introduces us to a concept that's as simple as it is revolutionary: mini retirements. This isn't about waiting until you're too old to enjoy life's pleasures. It's about sprinkling periods of relaxation, adventure, and fulfillment throughout your life's timeline. Now imagine taking a couple of months off every few years, not at the end of a lifelong career, but when you choose, when you're still vibrant and able to explore the world or any passion that captivates you. Ferriss suggests spending time in different cultures, learning new skills, or merely relaxing and recuperating. It's not merely about a vacation. It's about recharging and deeply experiencing life without deferring it until your golden years. What's holding us back, Ferriss argues, isn't just finances or responsibilities, it's our mindset. We're so hardwired to the work until you drop narrative that the idea of mini retirements might even seem irresponsible or unattainable at first blush. But through efficient money management and prioritizing experiences over material gains, the new rich manage to escape the deferred life plan. Ferriss prompts us to question deeply ingrained societal norms, nudging us closer to a reality where we don't just exist but thrive throughout our entire lives. Now let's talk about the cornerstone of Timothy Ferriss's game-changing philosophy, the DEAL system. Each letter in this acronym stands for a critical step in reshaping your life and work. First up is define. This is all about figuring out what you want your life to look like. Ferriss urges us to pinpoint our deepest desires and objectives, not just in terms of career, but in our personal lives too. It's a deliberate move away from the vague notion of success society offers us, redefining it on our own terms. What do you really want to achieve? What makes you eager to get out of bed each morning? Is it learning a new language, traveling the world, or maybe just having the time to watch your kids grow up? It's crucial to flesh these ideas out. Next is eliminate, which is about cutting the fat in every area of our lives. You see, we often fill our schedules with noise, unimportant tasks that demand time but don't give us any real value. Ferriss highlights the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle, which suggests that 80% of our results come from just 20% of our efforts. The key here is to identify and focus on those high-impact tasks and let go of the rest. It's about being ruthless with your time and refusing to get caught up in the whirlwind of non-essential activity. The A in DEAL stands for automate. Ferriss is a big proponent of taking yourself out of the equation and setting up systems that run without your constant attention. This can mean outsourcing tasks to virtual assistants, automating bill payments, or creating a business that generates passive income. It's all about creating a structure that allows you to earn income with minimal day-to-day involvement. In Ferriss's view, time is our most precious commodity, and automation is the tool to help preserve it. Finally, we have liberate. It's essentially about freedom, breaking free from the confines of the traditional workplace and 9-5 lifestyle. The ultimate goal is to design your life in such a way that you can work from anywhere, be it from a beach in Thailand or a cafe in Paris. Ferriss urges readers to take advantage of remote work possibilities and technology so that you can untether yourself from any single location and embrace the mobility that our modern world offers. This deal system isn't just a set of abstract principles. It's a practical framework that Ferriss himself has used to escape the grind, and one that he assures us can be replicated. Remember, it all starts with a clear definition of what you want, forging a pathway by eliminating the unnecessary, setting up systems for automation, and ultimately liberating yourself from the traditional framework of work and life. If there's something we often find ourselves guilty of, it's clinging to habits and tasks that eat up our time without really contributing to our success. Timothy Ferriss presents a surgical approach to this problem: strategic elimination. By focusing on what truly matters, you can achieve more by doing less. A counterintuitive revelation that has transformed many a workaholic into a productivity powerhouse. At the heart of this idea is the Pareto principle, commonly known as the 80-20 rule. This principle suggests that 80% of our outputs result from just 20% of our inputs. In a work context, that means the majority of what you accomplish comes from a critical few tasks. So the question is, why spend hours on what's only giving you minimal returns? Here's where it gets practical. Start by analyzing all of your work activities. Which are the high-impact ones, the 20% leading to big strides? And which tasks are just there, adding to your busy work but not your business's growth? Once you've highlighted the inefficiencies, it's time for strategic elimination. Pare down your task list to those key activities that generate the most significant results. This isn't about being lazy. It's about being smart. It's about not mistaking movement for progress. Cutting out the fluff doesn't just free up time, it increases your focus and your ability to produce quality work in the areas that truly count. Embrace the idea of doing less, so that what you do exceptionally well. Remember, it's not about the number of hours you work, but the work you put into those hours. Keep that in mind, and you'll be well on your way to a more efficient, effective, and enriched life. All right, diving into the nuts and bolts of the 4-hour work week, one can't help but marvel at the genius of automation techniques. Ferriss is a big advocate for making life easier by having less on your personal plate. But how does one do that? Well, he has a game-changing suggestion. Outsource life tasks. You heard it right. Just like companies outsource parts of their processes to specialists, you can do the same with life tasks. From virtual assistants in another country handling your emails and appointments to local errand services, taking care of your grocery shopping or laundry, the possibilities are as broad as they are fascinating. But it's not all about outsourcing. Another key pillar is passive income streams. Picture earnings that requires little to no effort to maintain. That's what passive income is all about. It's the dream, isn't it? You could be sleeping and making money at the same time, whether it's dividends from investments, rental income from property, or sales from an ebook or online course. Building these streams adjusts your work-to-earning ratio in favor of, well, living your life. The key takeaway here is to become a product and not a producer, at least not in the traditional sense. In doing so, you're not trading hours for dollars. Instead, you're leveraging technology and the global talent pool to create a system that works for you so you don't have to. Now tell me, doesn't that sound like a slice of paradise? It's all about working smarter, not harder, and definitely not longer. So ponder on that, because automation might just be your ticket to a freer, richer life. Breaking free from the 9-5 grind isn't just a dream. According to Tim Ferriss, it's fully within your grasp. Let's zero in on how the 4-hour work week lays the roadmap for such an ambitious escape. First up, Ferriss invites us to shatter the paradigm that one must be physically present in an office to be productive. It's about results, not hours clocked in. He primes us to consider the possibility and practicality of remote work long before it became the norm for many due to global shifts. But how does one actually make the leap from traditional office life to a world of increased mobility? It begins with a negotiation, a conversation with your employer about productivity and your potential to deliver top-notch work from any location. Ferriss offers scripts and strategies for making this pitch, emphasizing how remote work can benefit both employee and employer. It's about trust and demonstrated performance. Then, we venture into the logistics of working remotely. It's about creating a distraction-free environment, leveraging tools and technology that keep you connected and agile, and setting boundaries that help retain a work-life balance, even when your home becomes your office. Ferriss strongly advocates for a trial period, a testing stage where you and your employer can measure the success of remote work arrangements. Success here, according to Ferriss, hinges on exceeding expectations, being meticulously reliable and available during agreed-upon hours, and above all, maintaining or improving the quality of your work output. Ultimately, liberation from the 9-5 setup is about reimagining your workday on your terms, leading to greater personal freedom, efficiency, and perhaps, if you've mastered Ferriss's principles, embarking on one of those enticing mini-retirements. It's not about avoiding work, it's about restructuring it to enhance your life, making the office a choice, not a mandate. Are you letting fear dictate your decisions? It's time we explore one of the most transformative concepts from the 4-Hour Workweek, fear setting. Timothy Ferriss argues that our fears often stand between us and our dreams. But what if, instead of shrinking back, we turn to face them directly? Fear setting is a powerful exercise that begins with defining your fears in crystal clear terms. Picture the worst-case scenarios and see them for what they are, often not as catastrophic as the nebulous dread makes them seem. Then you outline steps to prevent or, if necessary, repair any damage that might occur. It's about taking fear from a nebulous, paralyzing cloud to something structured, something manageable. Ferriss explains that by examining the real repercussions of what we're afraid of, and often finding them to be not as paralyzing as we imagine, we can take the sting out of fear. So what's on the other side of fear? Growth, opportunity, and the freedom to pursue a life that aligns with our deepest values. When you fear less, you open up a world of possibilities, and calculated risks become stepping stones to a rich and rewarding lifestyle. Remember, fear isn't there to stop you. It's a signpost pointing you towards what matters most. By tackling it head-on, you'll find yourself liberated and ready to chase after those so-called crazy dreams. So ask yourself, what would you do if you weren't afraid? Let's shift that mindset and start acting on those answers. To wrap up, we'll look at real-life examples of individuals who have applied the principles from the 4-Hour Workweek to transform their lives and careers. Take Sarah, a former finance manager who was clocking in 60 hours a week. After embracing Ferriss's deal approach, she defined her objectives, eliminated unnecessary tasks, automated her income through an online business, and liberated herself from the office. Now, Sarah works from a beach in Thailand, and her hours are flexible enough to allow her to pursue her passion for scuba diving. And then there's Mike, who used to be stuck in a congested city dreaming of traveling the world. He tackled his fears, outsourced his mundane daily tasks, and built a network of remote freelancers to manage his work. With his newfound freedom, Mike has been living his dream, experiencing cultures around the globe, and has even launched a successful travel blog that fuels his adventures. These stories are just a glimpse into how Ferriss's strategies can be more than just theories. They're real, actionable tactics that have empowered many to redesign their careers and, more importantly, their lives. The key takeaway? By applying these principles, you're not just optimizing your work week. You're crafting a lifestyle that aligns with your deepest aspirations and values. Now, that's food for thought as we bring this episode to a close. Thank you for joining us on Snippets of Knowledge. We hope this summary of the 4-Hour Workweek inspires you to rethink the balance of work, lifestyle, and happiness. Putting into practice the principles of Timothy Ferriss might just be the catalyst for transformative changes in your life. I'm thrilled we could embark on this journey together, breaking down the steps toward a more liberating and fulfilling way of living. If today's episode sparked curiosity, empowerment, or a new perspective, our mission is accomplished. Remember, life is not just about the hours we clock in. It's about the experiences we gather and the memories we create. So, until we meet again, Keep challenging the status quo, keep dreaming big, and stay hungry for knowledge. Until next time.